Hi, everybody. It's Neil Dorman, the Dorman Report, and tonight I've got one of the best videos I've made so far for you. It's going to be Joe Biden's top 23 accomplishments in his first term. People do not appreciate all the things Joe Biden has done. And on some of the far-right newspapers, all they talk about him as being an old man with dementia who falls down and isn't fit to be president. Well, Joe Biden has done more in his first 2.5, 3 years than most presidents accomplish in 8 years. I'm going to be quoting from a web article from a website called Upworthy, and this article is by Todd Perry. And I certainly think everybody should at least take a look at this Upworthy website. It's got some really, really great political commentary on it, some really great articles. So let me begin. Just let me say, this is YouTube. You got to like my page. You got to share my page. Most important is to subscribe. And now we have a couple of buttons there where you can donate. I mean, subscribing is free, liking is free, sharing is free. But if you'd like to make a donation to improve the quality of our show, the audio, the video, the background, everything, help me move to a new studio, try to donate $2 or $5 for one time, or there's even a subscription where you can donate $2 a month and keep us going because you think we're providing some really good content for you. So again, what are the 23 great accomplishments of Joe Biden in his first less than 3 years? Well, I guess one of the biggest things we've heard of is he passed the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package, which means roads, bridges, tunnels are going to be built all over the country. All right? Number two, he helped get 500 million people vaccinated for the COVID-19 problem and the American Rescue Plan. 500 million people got vaccinated. Isn't that amazing? Can you imagine how many lives he saved by doing that? All right. Number three, he stopped federal inaction on gun control. Yes, there actually has been some gun control issues that were signed by a bipartisan SAFER committee that created enhanced background checks, closed the boyfriend loophole, and provided funds for youth mental illness, okay? Youth mental health. All right, some gun control. 4, made a $370 billion investment in climate change. And we all know what's happening this summer. The temperatures, 106, 110 degrees, 130 degrees in Death Valley, I believe. So he finally got some climate change legislation passed. Almost $369 billion, $500 billion. He ended the longest war in American history by pulling our troops out of Afghanistan. I think most Americans felt we had been in too many wars in Iraq and in Afghanistan over the last 20, 30 years, and everybody seems to have wanted the troops to come home. All right, there's a $10,000 to $20,000 debt relief for college students. All right. If they're making less than $125,000 a year. All right? That was number 6. Number 7, he cut child poverty in half through the American Rescue Plan. All right? Child poverty in half. All right. Cap prescription drug prices at $2,000 a year per person. That's incredible. People are paying tens of thousands of dollars a year for their medications, and he's capped it. Number 9, he passed the COVID-19 relief bill and got us $1,400 checks, that one last check we got. Number 10, historically low unemployment rates. All right? Unemployment rate is is about 3.2, 3.5%. Lowest it's been in history. Lowest it's been in a long, long time. Okay. He accomplished a 15% minimum corporate tax on some of the largest corporations in America, making sure that they pay their fair share. Number 11, recommitted America to global climate change by rejoining the Paris Agreement. Of course, you all remember Trump didn't want to be part of the Paris Agreement, but almost every country in the world is part of that agreement. He authorized the assassination of the terrorist Ayman al-Zawahiri, who had basically became Osama bin Laden's replacement. All right, now we're up to 15. He gave Medicare power to negotiate for prescription drug prices, which again will lower drug prices for all of us, seniors most of all. 16. He held Vladimir Putin accountable for his invasion of Ukraine with economic sanctions. Number 17. He boosted the budget of the Internal Revenue Service by nearly $80 billion to reduce tax evasion and increase revenue. Okay? Number 18. Created more jobs in 1 year, 6.6 million jobs, than any other president in history. Let's repeat that. He created more in 1 year, 6.6 million jobs, than any other president in history. All right? 19. Reduced health care premiums under the Affordable Care Act by $800 as part of the American Rescue Plan. $800 less most of us have to pay. Number 20. Signed the PACT Act to address service members' exposures to burn pits and toxins. I'm sure you've seen that on TV. That the military would just dig huge burn pits, and the wind sent that downrange, and hundreds, if not thousands, of our troops were basically getting poisoned. All right. He signed the CHIPS Act and Science Act to strengthen American manufacturing and innovation. Reauthorized the Violence Against Women Act through 2027. And number 23, halted all federal executions authorized by the previous administration after a 17-year freeze. So there'll be no executions in this country as long as Joe Biden is president, and that's federal executions, that is. I'm sorry. And that's a good thing, I believe. I don't believe people should be executed. So, again, this is from a website named Upworthy. They have tremendous articles. And the author was Ted Perry. So now, you listen to this once or twice, and you can tell everybody what's so great about Joe Biden. 23 great things that he's accomplished, and nobody talks about them. People don't remember all the COVID vaccinations he was responsible for. People forget that he tried to reduce student loans. People forget that he made health care more affordable. All right? And people have no idea that 6.6 million jobs were created, and the unemployment rate is lower than it's been historically in decades. So again, that's the Dorman Report for today. I hope you found this really enlightening. You can discuss it with your friends, family, and children, and maybe those who oppose great President Joe Biden. Again, this is the Dorman Report. You go to YouTube, which I assume you're on now. You click like, you click share. You take 30 seconds to subscribe for free. And if you have a few bucks that you want to donate one time or on a subscription basis, just $2, $3, $4, $5, you'll really help our YouTube page grow. And for those of you who are not familiar with YouTube, that's how most YouTubers get started. We treat this as a business. We ask for donations. And, hopefully if you find this interesting enough to listen to 2, 3, 4 times a month, the Dorman Report, you'll think about throwing a couple of bucks our way so we can make a living and have a successful site and bring more stuff to you. All right? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.